Hey guys, welcome to another week of Casual Chaos. This week I have a super exciting guest. This is a long time coming. Ally Lewber, welcome to Casual Chaos.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for joining.
Of course. So excited.
Okay, so you've been through a lot.
Yeah, that's a great place to start. I've been through a lot.
Just a lot.
Just a lot. Yeah, this year has definitely been heavy. I was just thinking about it this morning. I was doing like a little journaling because, I'm in my healing era. And I was just like thinking back to January and it feels like a lifetime ago. I'm like, damn, yeah, I've been through a lot. This has been an insane year. But
So it was kind of in like a crazy 6 months, just kind of reflecting and kind of trying to get your groove back, I guess.
like a completely refresh, a completely new chapter, like obviously breaking up with James, like going through a breakup is hard enough, but then it's like you got to move out and find a new place to live, which is not ever easy, like in a big city.
Did you guys have a
And
dog
then
together
just
too,
we
right?
had a dog. That was honestly the hardest part, was hippie. Yeah, that was hard. I slept with like a stuffed golden doodle for like
Oh,
3 months.
oh, it was his.
It was his. It
Okay,
was. But,
okay.
and what makes it easier is that like they are literally soulmates, I believe. Like James and that dog are were always like destined to be together, and they're very like I don't know, they just have fun, and they like walk all the time, and he'll like go rollerblading with him, and he takes great care of him. So like that makes me feel good. I just miss it. But I'm doing
No,
better
of
now, and my cat
course.
is so much happier because my cats did not like the dog.
Oh,
So
okay. So it
yeah.
was like a good separation for the cats at least.
Exactly. My therapist was like, anytime you miss hippie, like look at your cats. And I'm like, that works really well.
Yeah,
Because yeah, like
because my
happy.
cats were with me first.
Yeah, exactly. And now they can like come out and not be scared of like this big annoying dog.
You're really into astrology, right?
Yes.
I believe in it. Because whenever I read anything about my Capricorn aura and what's going on with me, like that month or that week, I'm like, yeah, you're pretty much nailing it right on the head right now.
You have to come on my podcast and I'll do your birth chart. Because that's what I do. I just do like people's birth charts on it. And it goes so much more deep than just our sun sign. There's like the rising and the moon, and then there's Mercury, which is like how we communicate, and there's Mars, which is like how we fight. So there's all these different
Wait, I
planets
would
that,
love to know
right?
all of these things about me and have you
Yeah.
dissect everything
Yes.
about
Yes.
January 8th.
Yes. We will do it. We have to do it. That'll be
Wait,
it's
that's
so
awesome.
fun.
And how do you like find out each one of these pieces basically? Because it's kind of like a puzzle.
It's totally a puzzle. You need your main birthday, your birth time. So like the exact birth time, which you can find on like your birth certificate, or if there's any like, baby
Oh, my
announcement
birth
cards or things
time.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So ask your mother. We need the
Yeah.
birth time and then location. So where you were born.
Okay. Okay. I know the
Yeah.
location.
Okay.
And then
I'm
you
sure
can
your mom
figure
has
it
a
out
birth.
all from there.
Well, a software. Not me.
Software.
I'm not a like an actual scientist, but you plug it into a software and then it pulls up your entire chart, which is amazing because back in the day, astrologers did have to calculate it like by
Y-
hand
Yeah,
themselves.
that's so cool. I love how you're fully like, no, no, no.
Yeah, no, no,
It's
no,
the
no. I wouldn't have
software.
been able to be an astrologer back then. No,
Wait, I
but I
love
can
that.
read the chart when the software pulls it up. And then it's just, I call it like our cosmic blueprint for life because it has so much from like early childhood to our destiny and like where we're meant to go in life. So it's fun.
I love that. I feel, even with psychics and stuff like that, I'm very open to it and very open to exploring it and hearing what they have to say. Oh my God, my mom can be really bad with the psychics. And I'm like, Mom, we need to take it day by day
Yeah.
and let the weeks pass. Okay, psychic every once in a while, totally fine. Psychic every week, not doing anything for you. We
Right,
need
because
to
then
move
it's
on.
like, yeah, we have to trust our own, and we're all psychic, they say. We all have that ability to guide ourselves, but it's not as natural for some of us.
Because especially when you're just hearing all of this information constantly, then I feel like your brain literally becomes clouded because you're anticipating so much to happen, but not
Exactly.
actually allowing it to happen. I don't know.
And then it's like, are you allowing someone else to manifest, something that was never going to happen, but then because they said it, you're thinking about it, and then thoughts become real. So I only will see psychics now if I really feel like I need an answer, or if I just am like with friends and it's kind of like whatever, there's one, like, let's go in. So I would just say, like, if you feel called, do it, but don't be so, and even with astrology, I say the same thing. Like, you don't have to get a reading if you're good and you're aligned and life is great. And if you want to know a little bit about yourself, sure. But like, if you feel called, if you feel lost, or like, what's my purpose, or how can I relate better to X, Y, and Z? It's a really helpful tool for like when you need a little guidance.
I feel like it's a mood booster too, though. I mean,
It is.
hopefully,
Yeah.
I mean, I know some negative things could come, but hopefully all
I
positive.
try to keep it positive because I'm always like, the thing about astrology is it's like it's all duality, and it's like there's good and bad to every sign. So it's like you might as well put the good energy out there. But of course, there's always going to be like rainy days, I say, where the astrology is not the best. Like tomorrow, Mercury goes retrograde. A lot of people fear
I
that.
hear that all the time.
Time
That
Mercury retrograde.
it's terrible. And then I don't even know what was happening. Oh my God. I was down the shore this past weekend and I'm like standing there and I hadn't even had a drink before the bar, absolutely nothing. And all of a sudden I like just like tip over a little bit. And the woman like looks at me and was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm so sorry. Like my equilibrium is so off right now." And I did not even have a drink or a sip of alcohol yet. I am just, I don't know what's going on today. And she goes, "It's the full moon." I was like,
Yes.
"Okay."
I was gonna say, if it was last week, the energy also, Uranus shifted into Gemini. Like the astrology of the past week and this week is crazy. So
Yeah, I was,
blame it on the stars.
she said that. I go, "It's a full moon." There we
Yes.
go.
Yep. Yeah.
So let's go back to the beginning for any of the viewers who don't know. So, how did you meet James? Like, when did you guys make it official?
We met at a club in Calabasas area. Tom Sandoval, actually, like his band was performing, and one of my friends does like content creation. And so we were backstage. I was helping my friend, and we were just hanging out. James came up, introduced himself, and it was just like immediate chemistry. And yeah, then we just kind of like hung out like every day after that, started traveling together. It was like a whirlwind romance for sure. Moved in together pretty quickly. Yeah, all the things.
Do you feel like it was love bombing in a way?
You know what's crazy? I really don't. And I think
Okay.
that this is where my astrology brain and like my realist, or like my astrology brain versus like, I don't know. So I've seen his chart, and he's just a lover, and he's always been that way. He's that way with his family, he's that way with his friends.
And I've heard that too. My mom has met him and she told me that you guys have met and she was like, "Oh
Yes.
my God," like at the time when you guys were dating. She was like, "His
Yeah.
girlfriend is just the cutest ever." And she could tell that you guys were genuinely just really sweet, happy people. And even my stepdad had nothing but great things to say about the both of you.
Oh,
So,
that is so sweet. No,
yeah.
we were at BravoCon, and we were doing like a couples panel. It was so fun. I remember like doing their astrology, and like she's a Taurus, I think, right? I was like,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, we had so much fun, and they were amazing as well. Yeah, James is a total lover. I'm more Capricorn, so I'm a little more like reserved, like not into PDA as much. But he was always, I wouldn't say it was love bombing because he followed through with everything that he would say. It's not like he would like say all of these things and then pull back. I really don't have any regrets, which sounds weird. And maybe that's like my delusion.
I feel that though. It's like you
Yeah.
don't want to regret anything that you've
No,
ever went through in your life. You just want to learn from
totally.
it and move on.
And I did truly love him. I really did think at times in our relationship, like, oh, this is my person. I could see us having kids together. But then I think his anger issues were always that, our relationship would be like 99% great. And then that 1% would come out every now and then and be a little like, a red flag where it's like, oh, okay, it's just sad. But I'm happy that he's still sober and he's done a bunch of programs, so I've heard, and things, and he is a great
Wow.
person.
Yeah.
And he just has, some wounds, but I wish him the best.
Did you watch the show when James was dating other
No.
people?
So I saw the first 2 to 3 seasons, and I forget, I think James maybe joined 3 or 4.
I was binge watching Vanderpump actually. I always knew the end drama of Vanderpump, obviously,
Yeah.
like Ariana and Tom Sandoval, the whole breakout, like everyone knew about it. Then you and James had broken up. There was a lot of drama towards the end, which was very public, and it was like you couldn't not hear about it in a way. I wanted to know the lead up, and I was so interested in it. So then I have to get back into it because I've been traveling for work too. But
Yes.
I made it up to when James joined Vanderpump, and it was like him and Lala, like best
Yeah.
friends, like
Yeah.
tag
Yeah.
team.
Oh God. See, like I could not go back and watch it. Obviously, like when we started dating, but in the comment section, they don't matter. I don't know who they are, but like they would
I
say things
agree.
like, "Oh, she was a fan of the show" or whatever. And it's like, I don't live under a rock. I literally live in LA. I like reality TV. It's a reality show based off of LA. It was COVID at the time, and reality TV at that time felt like we had friends that we were with or something.
I also just think in general, reality TV is so relatable. I I love watching reality TV. I mean, yeah, I'm a fan. Love watching the Kardashians. Like,
The Love Island,
watched
love.
all of Love Island.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, why can't we like support? But also, I never would say like I was a fan of the show in a sense where like I never had an intention, where I think that's where people think like, oh, did she like go to meet him? And it's like, I wish like I had a story like that, but no, I don't. It was totally, what is the word? Organic, unexpected. Um, I had just kind of gotten out of a relationship too. I wasn't looking for anything. But I love the way that we met. It was actually a really cute story and it happened. And anyway, but I had seen some episodes and I definitely knew of his character type, his persona, I guess. So I also was a little like cautious going in to the relationship, even though it happened so quickly and maybe didn't seem like it. I was very like, we need to slow down.
I'm
Even
getting
though we
overwhelmed.
kind of didn't. But if
Yeah.
it was up to him, we probably would have moved in like day 2.
Me and my boyfriend are 6 years deep, and I'm like, when is this happening, babe?
No way, really?
We started dating when we were 19, and I was at Rutgers University, so lived there for 4 years. And then I graduated 2 years ago. I've been living home. Now I'm making my move, which I'm excited about, just to be closer to the city for work.
Yeah.
It's mainly just for me during the week to not have to like deal with the traffic, go back and
Oh
forth.
yeah, I can't imagine. It would be like the best of both worlds if you could have like one place there, one place there.
Literally.
Honestly, I liked living with a boy. I used to be before James, I was like, I could never imagine living with a boy. Like, ew. And it was great. He cooked. And I feel like as long as they have like skills that they're good at, it's actually really fun.
I also like when you do it together. And when it's not, oh, you're in charge of the laundry or you're in charge of this. Oh, this is your job because you're a girl. Like, no, babe, we are doing all of this together.
I love that. See, that is cute. I just am absolutely like not kitchen savvy at all. So I made sure too when James and I started dating, I was like, you cannot like resent me one day if you're like, you never cook for me. Like, I'm telling you now, I don't like it at all. I
Yeah.
love laundry and I do love cleaning. So I think like it worked in our situation, but
You
yeah, for
guys
most
balanced each
people,
other out for
balance.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to be with someone that can cook for me. That's my non-negotiable.
Wait, oh my God. Have you ever seen that girl on TikTok who she's like, I love to host dinner parties, and it's her dinner parties?
Yes.
Always makes the homemade pasta, like,
Yes.
and always
Homemade pasta.
decorates. Yes.
It looks insane. I'm like, how did you
Insane.
do that? Yeah, I want to be her when I grow up.
She reminds me of like one of the moms that when you send your kid to school with lunch with like the heart shape
Yes,
Like
and the
fruit.
note. That's like my whole feed though, is just like interior design and like hosting and yeah.
Did you ever like hear from any of your friends or anyone like that there was maybe some red flag behavior?
No. And a lot of my friends that had met him, again, like he was following through and it was just so natural. So, and my friends, most of them hadn't seen the show, and the ones that did were a little like, this guy is a little questionable. But then when they met him, they were like, oh, he seems to have like grown up a lot and he seems way more mature than on the show. My family met him and like fell in love with him.
And that's so hard when you're like, oh, my family
Yeah,
approved.
I know, I know. I was like, Mom, but you cannot watch any of the show, please. It was more the cast. I feel like when we started filming and I like got introduced, I guess, to that world, like that's when obviously people were a little like, I feel like with James, he would grow and evolve. And then like we, like a lot of us do, we go back to our old ways or we fall into like self-sabotage a little bit. So I'm proud of him now. I feel like he has grown already so much. And I think our breakup, as sad as it was, like I think it needed to happen for him to really like grow on his own, like without a girlfriend, without support like that.
Well, it must have been hard too because you guys really did have such a great and loving and happy relationship. But then it was almost like there were so many highs, but then when there were lows, they were really low. And it's difficult when that person repetitively can't fix those patterns. And that was really what tore you guys apart.
Exactly. It was the lack of trust eventually, and then just the fear of like, okay, I'm either going to like, what is the saying? It's like, okay, I'm either going to break up with you and maybe one day regret it, or I'm going to stay with you and one day regret it. And it's like at the age that I'm at now, I gotta just love myself more than I loved him and choose me. And that is not easy. Like for anyone that ever goes through any situation or breakup, like it's hard because you're like your souls are attached, and it's not fun. So I think for me, I was so grateful. I have a great therapist. My mom came and stayed with me in LA for like a month. I have a great circle of friends here. So luckily, like I just tried to spend like balance my time of like bubble baths and and healing and then seeing friends and like, having their support. Like that's yeah, what helped me.
Was it hard for you to really come out and talk about it publicly? Did it just make you uncomfortable, or were you more so just unsure of how to move forward?
It's like a mix. And I feel like I went through phases. Like obviously, like at the beginning when everything like broke in the headlines, it was like embarrassing. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like now I have to face this when it's like I was already dealing with it, like myself, but that's with my Capricorn. I try not to involve people. I think, okay, I can handle it myself. Like everything's fine. Don't worry. Don't look over here. So I think it was more of like, okay. And then the way that I usually look at things is I'm like, the universe put this out there. This is what was meant to happen. I have to deal with it. But it was uncomfortable because I'm not really as like used to, I don't know, public stuff as I guess James is, or people who've been on shows for a while. But it actually weirdly, now I'm grateful for it. Like at first I was like, fuck my life, this is so embarrassing and cool. Like everyone knows my shit. I'm gonna go hide in my bathtub. Like, but now looking back, weirdly I'm grateful because I do think it made me have to face it. And also like the fans and people that were supporting me, like that also gave me so much strength and like I don't know, time heals everything. I just had to be away for a bit to kind of get my head clear. And then when I started to process everything, I got a little more comfortable with like talking about it and stuff.
I know. I feel like the fan support, though, and hearing other people's feedback of what happened and how they can relate to you and how you helped them, it makes you feel better, and it makes you also feel like you're not
Nice.
alone. So,
Yeah, totally. Because at first, like the first week, I was like, oh, they're all like shitting on James and like that. It was like making me more sad. But then after a while, I feel like, again, I had to go through this process of like, okay, what am I doing? Like, what is my life? So it was weird, but I'm really grateful now. I'm in my own apartment. I love where I live. I'm still working and doing my readings, and I'm grateful for my podcast. So I'm busy, and yeah, I feel like if I could have told myself in January, like I'd be here now, that would have been nice.
I mean, you knew you were going to get there,
Totally.
but would you say that it was a regret or no?
No, I have no regrets. I think everything fell how it was meant to fall. I'm happy I trusted my gut. Also, to be completely fair, I don't even know if I was in a place at that time to trust my gut. I feel like my mom was more like, you're leaving, you're coming to this Airbnb with me. You need to get away from this situation for a minute, just so she could be with me to understand everything. So I'm grateful for her. After being away, it helped me. Then I was able to like get my nervous system back to normal, think normally. Then I could trust my gut and understood, okay, this is like the direction I need to go. And it's the other way. Yeah.
Moms know best.
They
My
really do.
mom always says that to me. She's like, Gia, don't ever, ever tell me that I'm wrong.
Yes, no, my mom is the same way. Same way. Like, oh my gosh. And it's hard, but even that, like learning to trust your friends and your mom and stuff too, and just like you really see who is in your corner like when you go through stuff like that. And like it was really kind of bittersweet because I feel like my friends were just so awesome during that time, so it was hard. Like I was able to still feel gratitude and like, not get too depressed or anything. Like I was
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, wow. That makes me so happy. If you could have gone back and ended things earlier, do you think you would have? Or are you happy with your journey?
Ooh, see, I feel like I believe everything happens in its own timeline, but maybe a little earlier to resolve like the dramaticness of everything. It all went the way that it should have. Um, and I think too, for like people listening, it is so hard to like get out of any relationship, let alone one that is a bit toxic.
I know the feeling of just little things.
Yeah.
I've never been in like a fully toxic relationship. I've like gone through lessons in past relationships that where it kind of like tests you in a way and makes you feel that feeling, but it's almost like you don't want to leave. You feel gravitated and you feel like the person is going to change and you keep going. It's a cycle that just keeps repeating itself and you think that it's going to get better until an explosion happens. And if you choose to stay, you almost look
Yeah.
silly. And then
Yeah.
if you choose to leave, you're like, wow, but this hurts so bad because I actually will kind of want to go back right now.
Yes. It's like that's what I would always think. I'm like, okay, I'm a fool if I stay, but I'm like, if I go, I feel bad for that person, or like I'm giving up on that person. So it's like, do I be the healer that wants to make sure you're good? It's hard. Yeah. You can't really win. You kind of just have to do what you need to do for yourself, get to the other side, and be grateful.
You've been on reality TV since you graduated high school, and I thought this was so funny. So, wait, explain to me more about the reality TV show called The Valley. Because I heard
Isn't that
this and I'm like,
crazy?
wait, Bravo has a reality TV show now
I
called The
know.
Valley.
Weird things in my life have always like seemed to do full circle things. So in high school, they had what is it called? I guess it was just like this thing at the mall, I think, and it was like for a reality show. I play guitar and sing, and I was going to college for music. So I was like, oh my gosh, this could be a fun opportunity, whatever. And I auditioned, and then I got on, and it was me and a few friends, and we ended up filming like 2 seasons, and it was so fun. But I was awful at it. Like I remember even the producers being like, "Oh, you're so boring." Like because I was just so like people pleasing at that age, which I still kind of am, but I think I've gotten out of that a little bit. But I was like just like so like oh like wanting everyone to get along, which we know that's not like great TV. So I definitely, was like, well, that was a fun experience, but I knew like, okay, reality TV is like you have to be willing to really be your authentic self. So yeah, just wild how then when I started dating James, it all kind of came back around. And then now Bravo has a show called The Valley.
I know, weird. I was like, wait, what?
So weird. I know. I know.
How you feel like you were kind of like always a people pleaser and always wanted to please everyone. Do you feel like now, looking back, you kind of did that, especially Lisa and James and maybe the people around you, to keep maybe the core together of Vanderpump Rules? Like, do you felt like you were very manipulated in that sense to try to stay with James a little longer? I just felt like that holds a lot of pressure because you guys were filming together on a show. This is all happening. And
Yeah.
almost to keep the show together, not that obviously, you have to do what makes you happy, but there's definitely pressure of this is our life, like this is my life. Like
Yeah.
I came onto this show because we were
Yeah.
dating.
Yeah.
My platform is to where we are now, I guess, because he brought me on to Vanderpump.
Exactly. I feel like I didn't really feel a lot of pressure. I felt more of like, and I always said from the beginning, like, I'm here to support James. Like, this is my boyfriend's job. And yes, I did become more involved. But at the end of the day, I always was like, okay, I'm here to support James. And then when I did form like more natural connections with the girls and things, that's when it was hard because that's when it was like Sheena versus Ariana. And that had nothing to really do with James. This was like, okay, who do I like what? And I just had to like trust my gut. And I was like, I love Sheena. We're still really close. I was with her the other night, but she knew that I fully, supported Ariana and not wanting to see Tom Sandoval because why the fuck would she? So I feel like I did a good job of being like, these are my feelings and thoughts, but I'm still going to somehow, and I'm a Libra moon, so I'm like a natural, like I can't help it. It's like I want to keep the peace, but I feel like during the last season, I just was kind of could be there for anyone who needed me, I guess, because at the end of the day, like, um, Sheena and Ariana's friendship spans decades. So it was hard for both of them. And it was, I don't even know. I did what I guess I could do at at that time, but not pressure to try to keep everyone together. I think it was more of just I honestly think that's just how I would have been in reality, is like wanting to kind of make sure they're okay and then make sure that they're okay. And they weren't, but that's all right too.
When you were filming Vanderpump Rules, did any of your castmates ever, ask you if you were okay or question the behavior or no?
Um,
Or did they
no.
just think it was like James? Like this is
Yeah,
James.
they didn't really trying to think at the beginning of our relationship because James was drinking at that time and I didn't know him that well. And they were like, Ally, he's not a good drinker. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, James, like maybe you shouldn't drink. So the first season was like a lot of talking about that. And then he finally did get sober. And then I mean, he was great. He was the number one guy for a minute. I mean, he became friends with Katie again. So like it really did seem like everything was like he was evolving and good. And then it wasn't. And that's life. But no, yeah, really they were always very supportive of our relationship. And then after everything happened, obviously, yeah, they all like checked in on me and made sure I was okay and everything like that.
And then who are you really close with now from the Vanderpump cast now that the show is over?
I'm closest with Sheena. I'm really good friends with Courtney, who is Sheena's younger sister. She's my age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just went to Italy together.
Wait, I was gonna say you have to tell me all about your Italy
Yeah, you
trip.
too. You too. I was like, slay. Every picture was so cute.
It's literally the best place on earth.
It's literally heaven on earth.
Yeah.
It was my first time. Was it yours? It
No, I
wasn't yours. Yeah.
really? Oh my God. It was my first time in Florence and then I loved Florence. It was amazing on the Amalfi Coast, absolutely stunning and just Positano and everything. Positano was my favorite place on the Amalfi Coast
Oh,
and I was just in heaven. The
yeah.
food, the drinks, the
All of it.
people, like just the
The
scenery.
people, yeah, it matched, actually, it exceeded all my expectations. And it's been on my bucket list for so long. I can't wait to go back already.
Once you leave, like you already are planning your
Literally.
next trip because you're like,
Literally.
okay, how
Yes.
can I make it back here?
I know,
And
right? I know.
I always say this about Italy. You can turn a corner or go somewhere and you will see something new every step that you take.
It's so true. I love that. And it feels so it's so walkable and like small and quaint, but yet, yeah, there's beauty
Oh,
everywhere.
you walk everywhere. Where do you see yourself going forward in life with your dating life?
I feel like at this point, I'm not like ready.
Honestly, you did all the right things so far. Like, honestly, like beyond. You've taken your time to heal. You're in therapy. You're really just like taking your time, and you just had an amazing vacation in Italy. So you're checking everything
Fun.
off the list.
It was, yeah. And I did have like a little fling in Italy, like,
I
and that
love.
was fun, but like that's over now. So like I'm just kind of having fun and like living life. I don't see myself doing dating apps or anything. I'm bad enough at texting my mom back. So that probably isn't for me. Yeah, I'm like really just focused on like my career and friendships.
I feel like that's the best part when you are
Yeah,
freshly single. You like the fun kissing, just
totally.
random, like
Yeah.
out and
Like
kissing
kissing
in a
so
bar. I'm like,
fun.
wait, this is so fun. I feel the
So
butterflies
fun.
again. I am in high school. This is
I
crazy.
know. It's so scary and so fun.
That's the best feeling about it. And you're like, wow, miss this feeling. And I get it why people are like, I don't want a boyfriend. I love being single. I'm like, yeah, the freedom is real.
The freedom's real. I feel like for me too, just having like I poured so much into that relationship. I mean, he poured a lot into me too. I feel like I know it doesn't look good, but we had a pretty healthy relationship for the majority. But I just, yeah, like poured so much into that that it's also like I'm not ready to like give my energy to someone else yet. Like this is my energy. So not ready to like go there. Do you know what I mean? Like with someone. But but yeah, the grass is always greener. And also being in a relationship is amazing. Being single is amazing.
A
I always
hundred
just
percent.
enjoy whatever.
And you will find your person because you have such a beautiful light to you and you're
Thank
so
you. So do
positive.
you.
This was like you really are. You have like just I love your energy. I love your aura. It's very very positive and someone's going to accept that so much and not that he didn't, but it just maybe it was right person wrong time.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's so
You will
sweet.
find your person.
Thank you.
100%.
Oh,
And
you're
I
so
know a lot of the fans, like you said earlier, were really positive on just giving you feedback and giving you their love and support. Is there any advice that you would give to anyone going through this?
anyone going through that. To tell someone and to even if it's like, oh, my boyfriend did this kind of controlling thing or like whatever. I feel like it's not easy. You want to protect them and you see only the good in them, and that's natural. And I guess my advice would be to just be as honest as you can with your friends and family. And then if you do go through a breakup or if you need to get out of a relationship, lean on friends, lean on family as much as you can. Obviously, for people who don't feel like they have a community, there's hotlines and numbers and all of that too. But yeah, I just feel grateful that I had a community. Like I just don't know how like what I would have done without that community. So I'm grateful for that. And also to just trust yourself and to breathe and yeah, have faith in the fact that it'll all work out how it needs to. I don't know. I'm really not like an expert, so I don't want to like speak on what you should do, but I guess that's kind of my what helped me.
It makes total sense because it is true. Sometimes you are a little blinded by the person that you love,
Mhm.
and you always want to see the best in that person, but sometimes you need somebody else just to
Yeah.
make you aware that there is better.
Yes. And to remind you, like, you're this age and this is, like, do you want to be stuck? My mom has been married 3 times. Like, every woman in my life that I respect and love, they've been through so much. So, like, when they're giving me advice, like, I trust them.
100%. Oh my God. Well, go off. You are killing it. And what are you up to right now with your career and what's going on in your life?
I am doing a lot of traveling. I've had so many
As you
like
should.
yeah, it has been quite the summer of travel, as you know too. And then my podcast, Starstruck, I've been like pouring a lot of energy into that. And then I'm still doing some readings on the side, like with clients and things, and just like having fun, but like working, trying to find a good balance, honestly, of like fun and work. That's kind of where my focus is right now.
I know. Gotta work hard and play hard at
Hard.
the same time.
Yes. Yeah, I think I told your mom that when she said she was
Did
in
you?
chorus. I like you work hard and play hard. Yes,
No,
that's our earth
she
energy.
literally does. She's crazy.
And people don't probably see that on the show. You know what I
No, yeah, of course they don't. She's literally in Australia right now doing a bunch of appearances in 7 different cities.
do?
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you. I love that for her.
crazy. And she's, traveling to all these different cities, doing her appearances. And you know how exhausting appearances are just from like going back and forth to them. And doing that, flying back and forth, long car rides. She'll finally be home on Saturday. So I'm so
Oh,
excited. She's been
good.
gone
And you
for,
guys have to spend some like quality mom-daughter time
oh,
together. They'll
definitely,
need your like
definitely.
rounding energy after all that. Yeah.
No, yeah. She's like, I miss
Oh,
you. I'm like, I miss you too. We'll do a beach day.
yes. Oh, that's so cute. I take to Jersey.
You
I've never
love.
been. I
Oh,
would go to New York City a lot, but I've never been
okay.
to
Well, when you're in New York, definitely text me and let's
I
get lunch,
will.
dinner. We'll definitely meet up because
I
I would
love
love, love to see you.
Me too. I know we have to meet in person and I'll do your bird chart and
Oh,
get jinkies. That'd be so
please,
fun. Yes.
please. I really want to get this done.
Yes. Okay,
So
me
now
too.
I'm holding you to
You text
it.
your mom, we got to get the birth time.
I'll look at my birth certificate and get it back to you.
Perfect. Yep. There we go. Then we're in
Oh,
business.
all right. Well, you are such a beautiful soul. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did.
Oh, I had so
And
much
until
fun.
next week, guys, Ally Lewber.
Thank you
Bye,
guys. Bye.
guys.